In 1964, a young boxer named Cassius Clay won an upset victory over Sonny Liston and became heavyweight champion of the world. Later that year, Clay changed his name, first to Cassius X, then to Muhammad Ali. Why did he change his name? Let's let him answer.
Why don't you like to be called Clay anymore?
No, Clay was not my name. Once we follow, believe, hear, understand the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and come into knowledge of ourselves, then we want to be called after names of our people, which are names that fit us black people. And Clay was a white man's name. It was a slave name. And I'm no longer Clay. I'm no longer a slave. So now I'm Muhammad Ali.
So, Clay was a white man's name, but Muhammad and Ali were names for his people.
We want to be called after names of our people.
What people would that be? Arab slave masters? Because that's who Muhammad and his son-in-law Ali were, according to Muslim sources. And let's not forget that Arabs can exhibit a variety of shades and tones. Here's an example of an Arab. Looking at this picture, you may be wondering, did Opie Taylor grow up and convert to Islam? No, this is Sheikh Muhammad al-Yaqubi, the 34th grandson of Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam.
We want to be called after names of our people, which are names that fit us black people, and Clay was a white man's name.
Muhammad was a white man's name. He was the whitest prophet in history. Sahih al-Bukhari, number 63. Narrated Anas bin Malik. While we were sitting with the Prophet in the mosque, a man came riding on a camel. He made his camel kneel down in the mosque, tied its foreleg, and then said, "Who amongst you is Muhammad?" At that time, the Prophet was sitting amongst us, leaning on his arm. We replied, "This white man." Why did Muhammad's followers refer to him as this white man? Because he was so white, he took off his shirt at night and got a third-degree moonburn. Sahih Muslim, number 6081. It was narrated that Abu Juhayfa said, "I saw the Messenger of Allah with a white complexion and some white hairs." What do you call 1,000,000 Muhammads jumping out of an airplane? Snow. Sahih al-Bukhari, number 7263. Narrated Umar, I went to the house of the Prophet, and behold, Allah's messenger was staying in a mashraba, and a black slave of Allah's messenger was at the top of its stairs. I said to him, "Tell the Prophet that here is Umar bin al-Khattab." Then he admitted me. Sahih al-Bukhari, 6161. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Allah's messenger was on a journey, and he had a black slave called Anjasha, and he was driving the camels very fast, and there were women riding on those camels. Allah's messenger said, "Waihaka, O Anjasha, drive slowly the camels with the glass vessels," i.e., the women. And there is a lesson here for all of us. When we don't know history, when we become ignorant of history, there will always be someone waiting to step in and take advantage of our ignorance. Muhammad Ali was sick to death of white people using black people. Muslim preachers took that resentment and the resentment of an entire community and used it to spread the teachings of a man whose followers institutionalized black African slavery more than 1,000 years before the United States even existed. Now think about this. How long did the transatlantic slave trade last? About 3 centuries. The first shipment of slaves from Africa to Brazil was in 1526. The last country in the Americas to outlaw the transatlantic slave trade was Brazil in 1831. So it was illegal to ship slaves to the Americas after 1831. People could still own slaves, but the transatlantic trade was abolished. Slavery didn't last a century in the United States once the United States had formed as a nation. We remember the horrors of slavery very clearly because it wasn't that long ago. We have photographs. People wrote about it. A war was fought over it. Now, if just about everything most of us know about slavery comes from a fairly brief period of history, a few centuries, how much do you think there is to learn about slavery in the Muslim world, where the slave trade has lasted nearly 14 centuries from the time of Muhammad right down to the present? It's still going on in Africa. So Islam continues to take advantage of black men and black women by enslaving them in areas where slavery continues to this day.